Warpstock Europe this year, Keith Merrington had an OS2 quiz, and it was immensely enjoyable for all concerned. Not just for me because I won, but truly I should have disqualified myself. Think of how embarrassing it would have been had I lost, right? But it was really enjoyable. We had a lot of fun with it. Everyone, the people who were there in person and the people online. So I thought, we ought to do that at our Warpstock meeting. So we searched for an online platform to do it, so that we could do it with a web browser. The platform that Keith used at Warpstock Europe was decent, but it was not without its warts. And it wasn't OS2 friendly, so I had to use my cell phone to do it, which is not terrible, but we're at an OS2 conference for heaven's sakes. So then I thought, well, I can write something in PHP and we can do it that way. And I thought, no, I don't have any time to write anything. So Doug did a tremendous amount of research on these things, and we just ran out of time to find someplace and vet it. And so this quiz is going to be a little bit on the manual side. So by that, I mean, here's question number 1. So what is the maximum number of parallel ports without networking enabled supported in OS2? Now you may write down on your pads in front of you the letter of your choice. And Martin, are you going to tally these up?
I'm going to what?
Are you going to tally the?
I'm going to check them.
You're going to check them. Good.
Proctor
And then,
Flow.
Andy, you've got people online who are going to be posting their
I'm
answers?
still trying to get to the YouTube side.
Okay, so, all right.
So we're answering quietly during the course of the quiz.
This is fine. This is not, we're not putting
We're
a
not
timer
shouting
on.
out, holding hands up.
We're not shouting out, holding hands up.
To add up the scores, I'm not sure what you want to do.
Okay. I was asking what tally means.
What tally means.
Good talk.
Tally ho.
Tally?
To tally something is to add something up, as
Okay.
exactly as Grant just said.
Okay. Accounting is
We don't really use that term too often in accounting these days.
Yeah.
Like we don't
Tally
use the
power.
word, abacus too often in accounting these days.
Reckon them up.
Yeah, reckon them up.
So we're going to write down the answers
The letter of the answer.
The letter of the answer
And the
Okay.
number of the question.
and the number.
and the number of the question,
Okay.
and you're going to total up how many of that letter for that question came in.
Okay. Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Good.
Write it down.
I like to stand up and yell and put my hand up.
Teacher, call on me, call on me.
It's only 15 questions. I whittled it down. We had more questions than that. They run the gamut between specifications and history, and we touch on most iterations of OS2 over the years. Some things are universal constants and they have never changed. That's a hint about this one. Are you online yet?
Yes. All right. Mr. Faulty says he chooses E.
Is everyone ready with an answer to hold up?
Yeah.
Well, let's see them then.
What do you mean hold them up?
Why don't you ask how many people?
Well,
How many people?
Martin's got to be able to see who picked what letter.
How many people got A and B and C and D?
Yeah, okay, so why don't we do it this way? How many people say it's A? B? 1,
But
2, 3,
unfair.
4, 5. C? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Manuel said he didn't choose B, by the way, online.
Did you choose B online? So it's one more B?
Yeah.
Right, it's one more B online.
One will be, but
So is the correct answer determined by the number of votes?
The correct answer is determined on our roads.
Democratizing.
okay.
And you got the count of the answer C? You got that? Everyone C again?
More bad for C.
And D. Okay. And I don't want anyone saying to me, I have a digiboard at home that's got 27 parallel ports on it.
God, I forgot about those. I'm gonna say blast for the
The
past.
correct answer is B.
They're gonna lose.
Which one were the correct ones?
Yep.
Yeah, Eric, way to go. Yeah.
Three,
Yeah, yeah.
and you got B?
Yeah, but I had it unfair.
You're not playing.
I've never.
Okay, we ready?
How many companies make computers with 3 parallel ports?
Yeah.
You know what? StarTech had a dynamite double parallel port that would add the port 2 and 3 to OS2 systems.
Ah,
Yep.
Interesting.
And you happen to have a box of
So what is the maximum number of serial ports supported by com.sys?
I wonder if I can remember that.
As sure about?
Hmm?
That one I'm not as sure about.
You just keep adding until you can't anymore. Go ahead.
Now that's IBM's com.sys, not Digiboard's com.sys for that 64 port serial card of theirs. I have a 32 port Digiboard on the shelf at home.
Well, 32, that's a lot of content.
I'm a little jealous on that one.
It-
These ones would be better 16s.
60, yeah, I have a 32 port Digiboard on it.
Is that ISA? PCI?
I
EISA?
think that is, I think that's an ISA card, actually.
Nice.
They use
Um,
that at that plant you were talking about last night with all the serial connections and.
No, this was a different one. This one was this client was a ladies sportswear retailer, and they had a SCO Unix setup with a whole bunch of dumb terminals.
Oh.
And I used to have to rebuild the dumb terminals, and you would not believe how many dead mice I had to pull out of these things. How these mice even got into these terminals, no idea.
Oh, you're talking real mice. You're not
I'm talking about real mice. I'm talking about like skeletal remains.
It's
And
nice and warm in
I was
there.
gonna say they're attracted to the warmth.
exactly, and on the weekends and at night they turned the heat off in the building, so that's where they went. But everything was connected
Nice little
through
jam in the CIP.
serial port concentrators. Man,
Interesting.
Now, we, at Prodigy, you dialed into a PS2 that managed about 250 telephones.
a bank of
So
motors.
how would that have worked? That would have been some external device or
Yeah.
something that,
Yeah, when I worked at at a client that had an ISP, and we had a 3Com Total Connect rack-mounted modem, and it came with 24 ports in it, and there was an extra bank of 24, so we had 48 ports in that particular rack. There's one cable that went from there to the controlling system. So,
And to the controlling system, did it look like 48 COM ports?
mm,
Or, I mean, a modem means a COM port, right?
well,
Yeah.
Back then, like 25 years
Right.
ago.
yeah, I'm trying to think though,
30 years.
from the modem chassis,
It would have converted into a network.
Right. Yeah, Quantec was 255 or 256.
Mhm.
So,
yeah, must have been, it must have looked like a COM port. I don't remember the specs on it, but we used OS2 to control that thing too.
so we
Yeah,
used to
that's
use the
right.
Lucent Port Masters, and that was a 24 port device, and they had a couple of versions, the one actually had 24 ports in the back that you could plug in 24 modems.
Right,
But it hung off your network, so the computer saw it as a network connection.
Right.
The computer saw it as a network connection.
that may have been the way this one hooked up.
Because that's how we distributed T1 to dial-up users.
Right, and that's exactly what we did with this ISP. We have T1 coming in.
Yep.
1.544 megabits, and I felt like I had to put a seatbelt on
Trivia question, my dad assembled the first T1 in 1959.
it. Wow,
Yeah.
that's great, that's great. Okay, so,
Labs. Yeah.
how many people say that it's A? No one. B? One.
No, I was trying to.
No, I was looking at Dylan.
Okay.
You don't count. Online, do we have any?
No, so I thought it was at first, but it's not. I'm looking
Okay.
wrong.
C? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in the room, say it's C,
And there's one online.
and 1 online. D?
One online.
1, 2, 3, 4,
I will go for D, I have no idea.
5, and 1 online. And E? 1. Anyone online for E?
No.
The answer is C.
Or,
Which one got it right, like?
Yes, one online and.
Count Doug too, 'cause you know. No, cheating, okay, never mind.
Now,
Ooh.
what's the maximum number of serial ports supported by USB com.sys? Not that I want anyone to cheat, but this is documented with every Arca OS USB stack. Just saying.
You're saying, if we read the documentation, we really were.
Exactly, exactly. Hence the term quiz.
Open book, actually,
So,
if you're fast enough.
how many people think that it's A? None. Anyone online?
No.
B?
Got one online.
1, 2, 2.
2.
C?
Oh, so,
Oh.
just a second, I've got people now chiming in on the other side that weren't before, so, I've got another one on C.
Okay. Wait a minute.
C.
Did I just got to C.
Oh, sorry. I'm
Okay,
trying to keep
so
track of-
C?
there will be another one.
See?
Lady C.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
And then mine too.
and one online. So 6 altogether. And D?
I got one
1,
online.
2, 3, 4,
One online.
5, and 1 online. 6. Alright, are you ready for this?
I'm sitting down.
I wish I were.
Man.
That's the first one.
I expected more.
So to do that, you'd need a hub with 8 things plugged into it, or what?
Well,
Unless your laptop had 8 USB.
no, you could, if you use the USB, you could have a USB to serial device that has one USB connection and it fans out to 8
Who got it right?
DB9s.
Oh.
I got it wrong and I'm cheating, so.
Not that you need 8
I cheated
USB
off him.
things.
No, you don't need 8 USB things, you only need one USB connection, but it can fan out to support 8 physical serial connections.
Who got it right?
And it's another, I've not seen an 8, but Star Trek has a 4.
And what,
So you
one
can do
online.
2 4s.
You could do 2 4s, right.
Star Trek,
exactly.
I've seen those.
Great.
What do we just vote on online?
There you
I
go.
just said, and had one.
Oh, okay.
So-
Yeah, someone online said, oh, and I meant to say C.
No, he. No, actually, no one had it C beforehand.
Ah, okay, okay.
I only have one device, so the right answer for me, so.
Yeah, in my world.
So according to the ARCA OS documentation, how many processors or processor cores does ARCA OS support? Is it 4, 16, 32, or 64? How many people say that it's A? None. Anyone online say it's A?
Nobody's responded yet.
Okay. B? Okay, that's one vote for B.
Got one online for B.
Okay, so that's 2 altogether.
Okay.
C? 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyone online?
For C or D, where are we at?
For C.
No.
Okay, so that's 4.
It's not.
D?
And I've got
1, 2,
online.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You and one online?
Yes.
Okay.
And-
8 plus
and I
1 online.
And I had one just come up with C online.
And an extra one for C online. All right. Hold on to your hats, ladies.
Oh.
We support 64.
Nice, nice.
The interesting question, the interesting thing here, anecdote that I will relate is, I asked David how many cores we supported, and he said, you know, I've never really looked. So I said, would you do that for me? So he looked, he came back and says, the code shows that it should support 64. So that's the answer, 64.
Now, what's the code? What does he have to look?
He looked at the kernel source code.
He has the kernel source code?
We have bits and pieces.
Remember, this is going out live.
Well, and there is this API that returns you the status of the CPUs, and it's the two words basically.
Right.
64 bits mentioned, 1 bit per 1 core.
Oh.
So yeah, we support 64, which is pretty amazing when you think about how long it's supported 64 cores.
Yes, like 25 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, the 64 core support is not something new to ARCA OS. We inherited that from IBM, you know, at a time when there really weren't any such animals.
A guy tested it at IBM, and he came to address our user group in San Francisco, and he said that they actually built
A custom 64
core machine.
And in those days, 64 cores meant 64 individual processors.
Yeah, I had,
Yes.
I had a board with 2 that seemed like a lot.
So-
Yeah.
So was that, ever since we were talking about advanced circuit 4, which was really the 3?
Before that,
Oh, okay, oh, the 211.
211 SMP.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That was 14.
Yeah.
That
It's,
was
you know,
93,
it's
wasn't it?
amazing.
94, 93, 94, somewhere.
My
Um,
history thinks
something
that
like
it's
that, yeah.
93.
Jan says if you had looked into the code, I mean, how could it have been in the docs?
No, what we document it now.
Yeah.
Online, we
Yeah.
document
He
it
put a
now.
smiley face on there.
And it was the server that had it available.
Correct. It was SMP was only available for the server because, in the words of IBM when we were negotiating our agreement, well, why do you need to support more than one processor in a workstation?
Why do you need more than 642 RAM?
Ah, God bless the legal department. God bless the legal department. This is a history question. So, approximately how many months before the release of OS2 1.0 was the first OS2 software developers kit released? Was it 18 months, 12 months, 6 months, or 2 months? How many people think it was A, 18 months before? Is that you or someone
That's me.
online? Okay, that's one.
One.
Did they release individually IBM and Microsoft SDK
They released separate SDKs, yeah.
at the same time?
I don't know that they coincided. I probably should have said, well, this is the first OS2 SDK. The
Okay.
first from anyone.
So I was thinking IBM, so I'm not wrong.
How many people say it was B, 12 months before the release? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Anyone online?
No.
Okay. 7 for B. How many people said it was C, 6 months before the release?
I got
1,
2
2.
online, 3 online. No. Yeah, 2 online.
Okay. 2 online plus you?
No.
Okay.
I'm
But see,
C.
when you do this
I
and
know.
say I've got 2 online, I go 1, 2.
I know.
Okay, so 2 online, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3,
This is for B?
C.
No, this is
C.
C.
Oh,
C.
never mind.
1, 2, 3, 4,
4.
plus 2 online.
Actually, can we vote for, is this like a ranked choice? Can we?
You New Yorkers.
I had a math teacher in high school who said, this is a multiple choice question. You can only provide one answer. If you provide more than one answer, you are leaving it to me to pick, and I always pick the wrong one. And how many people think it was D, 2 months before release? 1. That's it? Anyone on that?
I thought it was after.
Yeah.
Before release. The SDK was released before
So I assume
1.0.
IBM released it 18 months after.
Yeah.
So 1 in the room says 2 months before release.
I got 1 online.
1 online says 2 months before release. That's 2 answers. And the answer is that approximately 6 months before release. Now, I don't want to say when that was because we have another question coming.
So you got the SDK, but there was no OS to run on.
You got the SDK.
Which makes sense, I mean.
Yeah. And there were multiple SDKs that were released running up to the release of 1.0.
I think you could run that.
You gotta build stuff you could run, I'm pretty sure.
Remember, the betas would have been out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
gotta have to be able to build, they wanted the software to be ready to go
Yeah,
day one.
the
so-
betas were out. I mean, this is before the first ever drop of OS2 code was
And when was
available
this?
to anyone. I don't want to say because
Just trying.
I
Push that on here.
Was that in '88?
That's right. It was 86.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so this one has to do with specifications. Warp 4 and Arca OS natively support what level of Win32s?
Oh, God. Who cares?
That's a later question.
Is there a don't know?
E.
All of the above.
Oh, yeah.
So how many people think it was A, 0.9? No one. B, 1.25A? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And I got 2 more online.
And 2 more online. C, 1.15B? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And D, 2.11. 1, 2. Anyone online for D?
Oh, yes, 1.
1 online, okay, so 2 plus 1. And the answer is 1.25.
Finally, another correct answer.
I have a question about that.
Yes,
I'm just reading the documentation,
yes.
and it says there's an install procedure
Yes.
for 1.25. A separate retrospective install.
Yes.
OS2.
The documentation where? Which documentation are you reading?
On the wiki.
Correct. For Arca OS, you can update 1.25A
To 1.25B then, is that it?
to 1.25B.
What does that give you, like a subset of the Win32 API?
Yes.
Exactly.
Some programs won't run without it.
Yeah, you don't have
Correct.
threading, you can't do multiple threads and stuff like that, but you can still run a lot of the 32-bit code.
I
Yeah.
actually wrote an article, which is on the web, about how to install this.
It had a lot of promise in 32S, but
But in
Just
the end,
to-
you can only run free cell, right?
yeah, that's it, exactly.
And was that an IBM thing?
It's a Microsoft thing.
Or was
That's
it
all I
a spec
wanted
from
from my
Microsoft?
Win32S was a Microsoft
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
free cell's when everybody runs.
Yeah. It was short-lived, because then they came out with the full,
1.3 or whatever.
Mhm. Okay, so this is a history question. The Aurora kernel became common to Warp Server for eBusiness and Warp 4, that's the client. In which Warp 4 release? Was it Fix Pack 5, Convenience Pack 1, also known as Merlin Convenience Pack, or MCP, Convenience Pack 2, also known as Merlin Convenience Pack 2, or in Arca OS 5.1? So how many people think it was Fix Pack 5A? 2 people. 2 for A. Anyone online for A?
nobody's answered yet.
Okay. B, MCP? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyone online?
No.
Okay.
Actually, no, I got a B and a, okay.
You got one
I got one B online.
1B online, so
Two Bs online now.
2 Bs online. So what did I say? 4 plus 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. 4 plus 2. C?
I've got one,
1, 2, 3.
I got 2 online.
3 plus 2 online. And D, Arca OS 5.1. 1.
5 point.
What's that?
5 point.
Are you ready?
No.
Now, why do you need multiple processors in a client?
What processor do you have in that machine?
It's an i5, I think.
How many cores is in it?
I think it has 4.
That's 4 processors.
Right. No, I know that, I'm just joking. But this is your answer to that.
And that's what I had to. That's what I had to say to the legal department. I said, you know, when IBM came up with SMP, the only multiple processor workstations were for high-end CAD applications. Now you can't buy a desktop machine that doesn't have multiple cores in it.
Yeah.
They're not made. So I said, no one wants to buy an operating system that only runs on 1 core for a machine that's got a quad-core processor in it. So I said, oh, okay, we'll give you a custom SKU and a separate price tag. Oh, thank you very much.
The bigger question is, why did they care?
I don't know whether there was any separate licensing that they had to pay for MCP. It's hard to say. You know, there are so many third parties involved in the OS2 development that I don't even think that they can keep straight who's due royalties on what. So, who knows? Who knows? This is a usage question. Which of the following key combinations selects all objects in a container?
Free
And,
question.
and this is in a container on the OS2 desktop, not on the Windows desktop. Is it control greater than? Is it control slash? Is it control backslash? Or is it control A? Note that I said control slash, not control forward slash. Because there ain't no such thing as a forward slash. It's either a slash or it's a backslash.
Maybe not in your neighborhood.
We get a sore spot.
So how many people think that it's A? No one. Anyone online think it's
No.
A? How many people think that it's B? 1, 2, 3. No one online?
Or what, B?
B.
Yes. B, yes, I do have a B.
1 online. How many people think that it's C? Control backslash.
One online.
And how many people think that it's control A?
We got myself and 1, 2, 2 online.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 2 online. You people use too much Windows.
I was wrong.
That was a warning.
I knew it was, but it was.
It's a your question. Somewhere that made it
And I
I can't hear you.
Extended workplace or something has a setting that enables to select it with Control A.
I knew there'd be a wise guy in the audience. I should have worded the question by default.
Yeah. Well,
What
I
is the
that, but,
key
Since
combination?
it's not mentioned, I think my answer is correct.
Ah.
The Supreme Court will be weighing in on
This will be on your next docket.
Emergency docket, yes, we needed answers
Yeah,
now.
this,
Do you remember during the OJ trial, Judge Ito was having problems with his ThinkPad? It wouldn't wake back up after it went to sleep. They got back from a lunch break, and the trial was held up because Judge Ito couldn't get his laptop to wake up again. So finally, they had to take it back into chambers and everything. I thought, what are they bring in the EMTs now to look at his laptop because it won't power the thing off already.
Yeah.
Pull the battery out of it, drain the caps, put the battery back in, and power it up. What's so hard about this? Oh, okay. This is another usage question. Which of the following key combinations is used to resize a PM window? Resize, not move. Resize. Not minimize, not maximize. Resize a PM window using the arrow keys. Is it Control F8? Alt right bracket? Alt F8? Or Alt M?
What do you mean the arrow keys? Why'd you say that?
The arrow keys.
Arrow.
The cursor controls.
instead of mouse.
Instead of using the mouse to resize a window.
But none of these involve any of those keys.
This kicks it off, kicks off the process.
Yeah,
This-
this off the process.
This enables you to use those keys, those arrow keys.
They don't just work?
What's that?
Alt F8, that just works. What do you mean, turn it on?
How many people think that it's A, Control F8?
Yeah, it is.
1. Now don't tell me. 1. How many people think that it's Alt right bracket?
I think it's control, I think it's 8.
You think it's Control F8?
Yeah.
I do too.
Okay, wait a minute.
Create.
So that's three people or 4 people? 3 people for Control F8. All right.
Okay.
B, Alt right bracket.
I need you to say the letters because I'm trying to.
Oh, sorry. Let's start again. A. 1, 2, 3 for A. B. 1, 2, 3. Any yet?
No.
C. Alt F8. Sorry, I shouldn't have said Alt F8. 1, 2,
1,
3, 4, 5.
Okay, I got 2 total here. 3. There's a third one. Okay, 3 total.
Okay,
3 total.
okay. All right, so 6 plus 2.
Okay.
And D,
I got 1, 2 online.
Cool.
2 online for D. For alt move. And of course it is stuck. It's alt
Of course.
F8.
Alt F7, Alt F8. Now, what is with the cursor keys? Why did you say that? You just hit Alt F8.
If you hit alt F8, then you can use your cursor keys to resize the window.
Oh, after the fact.
Yeah.
After you press,
That's
otherwise
the
your
next
cursor
question.
keys are taking you
Wherever.
wherever, exactly.
That's weird.
I got you.
Give me just a second to.
Sure.
Or is the old space bar? I think that's the way you.
I think I've got everybody documented.
Okay. This is a history question. An odd history question. What was the contracted amount IBM agreed to pay Microsoft for DOS in November of 1980? That's not even an OS2 question. Why did I put that in there?
IBM.
IBM, yeah.
Precursor.
I filtered out the other IBM questions but, specifically, but I should have thought about this one. So was it A, $86,000, B, $1.2 million, C, $584,000, or D, $45,000? So how many people think it was A?
I
One,
got 1
two,
online.
2 plus 1 online. B, 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 1, 2, 3. And D, 1, 2, 3.
And actually, wait a minute.
Anyone else online?
I got, okay, I've got another one for A online, 2 more for A online,
Yeah.
and then 1 for D online, and I guess C myself.
What's that, IRC you're getting these things?
Yeah, well, yeah, IRC, I've got IRC and I've got YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm having to try to.
Yeah. All right, so we're ready for this one?
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Wow.
I got some points now.
A bargain.
I have some further notes on this that Doug provided me, the breakdown of the other amounts there.
And did they just rebrand it and resell it, or did they?
Yeah,
just-
PC DOS, MS DOS became PC DOS.
Same thing.
Microsoft paid $75,000 for it from Seattle Computing.
Right, right. Remember whose mother was on the board of IBM? Bill Gates.
Go Gates. Do you think that affected the decision, the price?
No, not at all, no way.
No, of course not.
Just like Elon's pay package.
You are really after poor Elon these days.
I'm not after poor Elon.
That's like a
Yeah,
double.
that's like an oxymoron.
That has multiple levels of inaccuracies.
You mean because he's a poor South African white refugee?
Yes, exactly. Can't even go home these days. It's not safe. Okay. This is another history question. In what year was OS2 1.0 released? Now you know why I didn't mention when the SDK came out. Was it 1987, 1992, 1985, or 1986? So how many people think that it was A? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I got another one online.
plus 1. How many people think it was B? None.
Hopefully no one.
How many people think it was C?
I've got,
No,
1.
I've got
Two.
1, 2, 3 online and another A online.
For C?
So I got 3 for, no, I've got 2 for A, dang it. 2 for.
Stop voting, people.
2 for C and another one for A.
Okay. And here we have like 2, right?
For this is for C.
For C,
1 or 2?
we have 2.
2. And D?
I got
1, 2,
1 online.
plus 1 online.
Oh.
The announcement came out in April of 1987 that IBM expected to release in the first quarter of 1988, and they actually released close to the end of 1987.
So early.
Yeah, they actually released early. Now, the development began in 85. So
Do you have-
that might be why people have 1985 on the brain. But the release of 1.0 was 1987.
Do you have a question about 2.0?
I don't remember if I had a question about 2.0.
I just wondered if you knew the date that, I think it was 2.0, the date of OS 2.0 release, because it's kind of a,
I don't have a question relating to the date of the 2.0 release.
because they promised to have it released in March,
Mm-hmm.
so they released March 32nd.
That, we need to
What
remember
year?
that for next year.
What year?
I can't remember the year, I have to check, look it up.
92 or 92?
92. 92. Yeah, that makes sense, because that was the first version we used in the office, and that was in 93. All 16 floppy disks for the install. All right, so
No brainer.
what was the first version of OS2 written for the Intel 80386 microprocessor? Was it OS2 1.4, OS2 2.0, OS2 2.1, or OS2 3.0, aka Warp?
Or NT version 3.
Or yes, the first version of OS2 written for the 386 processor was NT version 3. So how many people think it was A, version 1.4? That's very good. Okay, 0. B, version 2.0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus 3 online, right? 2, 3. Yes, plus 3 online. C, 2.1. 1, 2,
1 online.
plus 1 online. Joe, what do you think?
Oh, Jim, gotta think about the question.
Oh, this is like a trick question, I
Is it?
think. Maybe.
I think it was B.
Okay,
No.
so add 1 for B. And C 2.1, we had how many? 1,
I got 1
2, 1 online. 2 plus 1 online. And how many people think it was D?
1.
No, that's a 0, not a
Go.
1.
Okay.
Okay, so first of all, we're all agreed that there was no OS2 1.4, right?
Yeah, I was going to ask for the flow. Who has it? Who has it?
And it was 2.0.
I was
It
gonna
written
sell
for
you a
3.
copy of it.
Along with the title of that beachfront property in Las Vegas.
I'm sure there's an ISO of it somewhere.
2.0, yes. I thought maybe it was a trick question, like they released 2.1 with no 2.0.
The 80386, which was actually the fix for the 80286.
IBM was never tricky.
Okay, so we're back to specifications for a moment. Among other enhancements to the Warp 4 kernel, the Aurora kernel raised the virtual memory address limit for any single process from 512 megs. You know, we were talking about this yesterday, and I asked David, what was that limit? And he said, I think it was 512. And I was also racking my brain. I think it was 512. But it's confirmed. It was 512. And it raised it to, was it 4 gigabytes? 3.5 gigabytes? 640 kilobytes? Or 1 gigabyte? So how many people think it was A, 4 gigabytes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus 3?
Yeah.
10 plus 3. How many people think it was B, 3.5 gigabytes?
I got 2 online.
2 plus 2 online. How many people think that the process limit was raised from 512 megabytes to 640 kilobytes?
That's a trick question.
Bill Gates does.
Nobody needs more than 640K.
No one needs more than 640K, exactly. And how many people think it was D, 1 gigabyte? None.
Let's see, 3072 plus 512.
And the answer, of course, is A, 4 gigabytes. All right, the GUID for an Arc OS Type 1 partition.
This is my favorite question.
Tempted to answer
So the specification, here's a little anecdote for you. So we were coming up with the Arc OS Type 1 GPT partition. And of course, every partition type must have a unique GUID. So how do you come up with a unique GUID? Well, the only answer that you can ever find to that is it must be something that has been published. So it's available for everyone to read. Once it's out there, then, you know, if you stake your claim to it and say, this is the GUID for this new partition type, that's your GUID. So then the question is, where? Where do I publish this?
New York Times.
Wall Street Journal.
You know, when you form a company in New York State, we still have a law where you have to publish in a newspaper, a printed newspaper, that you are forming a new company. And these are the people forming the company. And it's a money-making proposition because the attorney makes money setting up the company, and then the newspaper makes money on the ad. Because you got to publish this dumb thing in a newspaper. There was a big movement a number of years ago to change the law in New York State to do away with that requirement because it effectively more than doubled the cost of creating a new company in the state of New York. So anyway, I'm scratching my head thinking, where am I going to publish this thing? I know where I'm going to publish it. Wikipedia.
Because you can change it later.
That would do it. So how many people think the answer is A?
I wanted to answer that. I got some of those online.
Two people think the answer is A?
Why not?
Okay. How many people think the answer is B?
Everybody else said.
You know, just because B is a GUID doesn't mean it's the GUID for an Arc OS Type 1 partition. But how many people think that it's B? One more time, show of hands.
I got one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus
I got 3 online.
7 plus 3 online. How many people think the answer is C?
I got one online.
For C? And D?
I've got. That's all one of those. Yeah, I got one online.
One online for D?
I'm voting E,
But-
none of the above.
Clearly, Arkanoe is getting the message out.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think that was a loaded question.
You know, I go in and I'm looking
I
at
think
Wikipedia.
you
That's not what I
just
see.
use this slide to publish it basically and claim.
That's it. Yeah, I just
It was last.
like
edited-
going to the moon and sticking my flag in the soil.
It was last edited 2 minutes ago.
Now there's no such thing.
Now, can you look that up on the system?
Not on this system right now. I mean, I could look it up on this
Well, you don't
system.
have, no, I don't mean look it up on the internet, on the machine itself, like I have it, you know, whatever. That's one of those things.
Can you find a
you
GUID?
find it?
If you're partitioned for GPT, can you read the GUID? Yes, you can read the
That's the next question, right?
GUID.
You can read it.
You
It's-
can read
It's in
it.
the partition
The
somewhere.
GUID. It's in the GPT data. In the GUID partition table is the type of each and every partition in there. So when you look at the installation volume manager, mini LVM, and it's set and it identifies an Arca OS Type 1 partition, it knows it's an Arca OS Type 1 partition because it read that GUID
Gotcha.
off of that from the partition table.
Wow, it can read big words.
Yep, exactly. And it recognizes a number of other types of.
How'd you come up with that?
I actually used an application that generates GUIDs. Random GUIDs, and then it generated a GUID, and I thought, with my luck, it's not going to be so random.
Is
We
it
go back to
Wix or us or what?
every Mac is every NIC in the box has a unique Mac thing, right? I thought with my luck, I'll generate a random GUID and it'll match someone else's. So I went then to Wikipedia and I looked for the number somewhere else to see does anyone else have this GUID, and I couldn't find the GUID. Then I searched for the GUID. I ran a DuckDuckGo search on that GUID, and that came up empty. And I thought,
That's definitive.
I think I'm good.
How
think I'm
put
good.
the number in Wikipedia? Timestamp, and I mean, every second there is a new GUID, and that if no one is using it, it's basically like no one.
There are
Yeah.
so many new OSs these days.
Yeah, well,
How do you-
it's the nature of GUIDs.
How
So
do
this
you-
is why the clashes are really rare, actually.
Yeah.
Because every millisecond a new GUID is just out.
And what does GUID stand? GUID is an acronym.
Globally unique identifier.
Exactly. Globally unique.
That's nice and generic.
Yeah.
That's the way it's supposed to work in a perfect world. But of course, in a perfect world, when you get a box of 3 common NICs, they should all have unique MAC
And
addresses.
is there an authority that reports this besides Wikipedia?
There is no central authority.
There's no-
That's all they just tell you that all you need to do is publish. If you come up with a new partition type, you just need to make it publicly known
Weird.
somewhere.
But how do you put it on Wikipedia if you don't have a reference in some other website, or you publish it first on the website?
I'm the reference. I'm the guy.
No.
I didn't ask someone else to publish that GUID on Wikipedia. I went
No,
there.
no, for Wikipedia, you need like a newspaper or some.
An authoritative,
some-
well, I published
yeah.
it on the Arca Noe site
Oh,
also.
yeah.
It's sort of one of those
Yeah, you have
circular
to- yeah, you
things.
have to make
We
a
know he
circle.
did it because we said he did it over
Yeah.
here, so obviously we have a reference to the fact of who said he did it.
Yeah, okay.
I take it that you found 3Com cards that don't have unique.
I remember a particular instance at an office that was on, it was a client that had a multi-floor office, and we had installed new NICs and power the machine up, and then someone upstairs from us said, Joe just lost his network connection, and so go upstairs, look at the machine with a problem with the network connection. Sure enough, couldn't get a network connection. I said, well, reboot. So he rebooted. DHCP server came back and gave him the address that had just doled out to the other box with that MAC address. Went back downstairs, back to the other machine,
And they lost.
couldn't get anywhere. So that must have, I felt like an idiot. It must have taken me like 3 times up and down the stairs before I thought, there's something weird going on. And then I looked, and yeah, sure enough, the MAC addresses were not quite unique.
Well, used to, you always had the screen that popped up says, hey, the IP address, IP conflict,
Yeah.
and then Microsoft made a change at some point. Then all of a sudden, you didn't get that anymore.
Nope.
It's just this guy over here saying, hey, I don't have network. Oh, hey, now I don't have network.
Then when they introduced the locally administered addresses, local LAN address, LLAs. Oh, do you have an IP address? Oh, yes, I have an IP address. What's your IP address? 169, forget it. If it starts with 169, I don't even want to know about it. You don't have an address. Of course I have an address. You don't have a usable address. Okay. Some more history. This is our last question, by the way. Prior to OS2 2.0, how many concurrent DOS sessions were supported by OS2? Concurrent DOS sessions. Was it 1, 16 concurrent DOS sessions, 12 concurrent DOS sessions, or only 2 concurrent DOS sessions? How many people think it was A?
I've got
1, 2,
3 online.
3, 4, plus 3 online.
I think also 1. I mean A.
Did I count? I didn't count you before? I thought I did.
I changed my vote before I got to my vote. So
I was against
my
the
vote's
war in
now
Iraq before I voted for the war in Iraq.
I've got 5 now online, total online.
5 now
I
online.
try to think, but nothing happens.
You have to think about the meaning of concurrent.
Depends on what the meaning of the word is.
Yes.
I don't see is.
How many-
Appropriate for Little Rock.
How many people think the answer is B? 16 concurrent DOS sessions. None. C, 12 concurrent DOS sessions.
Is that digital research's concurrent DOS?
Or D, 2 concurrent DOS sessions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyone online?
No.
No one online.
I got one saying it's probably that, but they say it with A.
Okay. The answer is 1. Remember the DOS penalty box.
Yeah.
That's what somebody said.
Everything else would come to a halt, and that was what was running.
You had to do that.
You couldn't have concurrent.
You had to reset the processor.
Yeah, here, on mine it says, we all remember the DOS penalty box.
Yep, the DOS
Contemptibility
penalty box.
Which I didn't start until 2.1, and I had no such.
No such problems, yeah. I always thought that was very funny. I also thought it was interesting to read that OS2 1.0 did not have presentation manager. It was a text mode operating
Yeah,
system.
we had that.
The program selector.
Yep,
including
yep.
Microsoft.
Yeah, you had like a tech shell.
It's the Tandy OEM.
I was working with DOS shell, or as we used to call it, DOS L
Didn't know they had.
at the time.
I mean, you could still run OS2 that way, run a tech shell.
Sure, you can set up all sorts of different things as your run
Or you could
workplace.
hint, write a new graphic shell.
You could. Alex wrote one.
It's like Arca
AT
OS
shell.
Core, right?
Like,
Arca OS Core, like Windows Core, Windows Server Core.
yeah, Arc OS Core, right, exactly. So that was our presentation.
There's one more question. Where was Warpstock 2025?
What are the options?
I had other questions I was going to, I don't know how that, I do know one. That's an ACPI thing. I need to tell it no ACPI, and it will free up my function F7 key so that my toggling works again.
I have a Warpstock question.
You have a Warpstock question?
My blue bag here, which I got at Warpstock 2002, wore out, and my wife, my blessed wife, got a Harvard reunion tote and cut it up and put it inside. It's good for another 5 years, but it's going to go. Who gave me that bag? It was somebody who presented at 2002, maybe from Canada, or the
Actually, I think that weren't the tote bags in 2002 sponsored by Starfire Systems? That was Richard.
I want to find out where he got the bag. I'm in another decade or two. I'm going to need another one. Is he still alive?
Or maybe you won't need another one.
I don't know. Spurlock, Richard Spurlock from Starfire
Your wife will be
Systems.
stuffing you with it.
I think that Richard Spurlock supplied those. I think he supplied a lot of swag for Warpstock that year. That was before I was involved with the organization in 2002.
So the traceability question is, who made the original bag? They're still available. I saw somebody, a Uber driver picked me up, and he had one of these.
A Warpstock kid.
No, so it's a generic bag. You can have it lettered any way you want.
I have no idea. I don't know where they originated. I never got one myself.
It's a wonderful bag.
I have a Novell bag that I love dearly, and the wheels have now finally started to disintegrate on it, so it's not really as useful as it once was.
I switched to a Mondani bag.
Let's just not even go
But
there.
do you get the brain they gave away at Brain Share '96?
I don't have the brain.
I had to give mine away finally too. The dogs had chewed on it.
I remember the brain.
Can I bring up something?
Sure,
Matt sent a long note out this morning. I don't know if you've read it.
I did read it.
He suggested 2 locations for next year.
Mhm.
Vancouver, BC, which I don't think is a great idea,
Mhm.
or Yellowstone, which I think is snowing in November, isn't it?
It could.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
There's no guarantee.
I wondered what the sense of the room might be about those locations.
Yeah, anyone have thoughts about either of those two places?
Yellowstone can be difficult to get to.
Yeah,
Vancouver's easy
Yeah,
to
it's
see,
gonna be
really
really
expensive.
I mean, it's awesome.
It's-
Yeah,
yeah.
Vancouver, the
That
only thing in
one's very
Vancouver
cool,
is gonna be expensive.
really
It's
expensive
for-
also.
Yeah.
Bad judgment, I think we're seeing a pattern here.
Yeah.
Well, what were the results of your search this year? Maybe we can reuse the study result.
This year was pretty much, pretty much decided already from the previous year.
Yeah, this was
When this was a candidate, but then
Yeah.
Matt
So were they-
forcefully introduced Pittsburgh.
Who were the discarded candidates for this year?
There were none.
Yeah,
This was our alternate for last year,
Yes.
and so we said, well, if we're going to Pittsburgh last year, then we'll come here this year. So we didn't do another search this year.
And I had already done the legwork on the hotel and everything. So.
Right.
So Drury was very good if they've got locations. I think maybe that's where we start the search process.
Well, I mean,
Also, I think restricting it to below the middle of the country is good, because the weather is just
If
too
you're gonna do it,
possibly
if
miserable.
you're gonna do it in November, yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we did, September was not good because of
I
time.
mean, we could reconsider the Big Easy.
Or somebody suggested Kansas City.
Oh, yeah,
That
there's a
seems like
Sheraton
not a
in
bad
downtown
choice.
Kansas City.
Kansas
That's great.
City, Mo, or Kansas City, Kansas?
Oh,
Mo.
Yeah, there's a Sheraton downtown, that's a convention and conference facility.
Kansas City.
Really, really nice.
All right.
Dallas
Had a
does
shuttle
does a
from
lot
there.
of
Yeah.
conventions.
They do everything big in Texas.
Yes.
All right.
But they do a lot of conventions. Now, that could mean that they're lower price, or it could mean they're higher price. I
Where's
don't know.
that?
Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, New Orleans is
And they-
appealing.
it's got-
That's
it's
a
got an
wonderful
airport
place to go
nearby.
to.
Yeah.
And we can have the Superdome.
If you held it in one of the coasts.
You'd be held to the Superdome. Or San Antonio, you know, they have the
Oh, now
River
that's an
Walk.
appealing place.
That would be fun.
They have
Yeah,
the
New
River
Orleans
Walk.
is fun though.
Yeah.
San Antonio's a big city, so
We
he's
talked
probably
about
easier to
Chattanooga
get to.
too. Chattanooga's got a nice convention
yes.
area, they've got a great downtown,
He
you know,
suggested
a
Chattanooga.
lot of decent hotels. That's where he's from, and I lived there 12 years, we get back there a couple times a
Chattanooga.
year, they've got a lot going on downtown too.
If you do one of the coasts, you probably get more locals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the coast, like Vancouver also, not only is it the coast, it's in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't been in California in a long time.
Alex might
I still like the idea of Asilomar.
Silmar is beautiful, but it's steadily gotten more expensive.
Yeah.
That's the place you were talking about last
Yeah,
time.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it's
the
wonderful,
problem.
But it's you know, mid-200s a night.
Yeah,
Where's
that's
that?
Jan online
And the
says
food
Bourbon
is,
Street, New Orleans.
if you
Bourbon
get food
Street in
locally,
in
it's
New
In some
Orleans,
places,
yeah.
a
the
lot
big
more.
servers.
Now,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've kind of pushed New Orleans in the past, but
It's gorgeous.
I don't know about the timing for
There's just no highway.
hurricanes.
No, they're
Yeah, well, there is that.
Somehow
You
it's
know,
still
there is the
there.
hurricane season, but
maybe not after last week.
we should be past most of the hurricane season if we stick to
November is the
November.
official
I
end,
don't
of there.
really
So
know
that's
the
a
hurricane season.
small.
Even though I live
the
far enough
hurricane
inland, I don't really.
Yeah.
We're committed to November?
We're not committed to November.
But that seems to be the best time.
What
We
are-
want to offset ourselves from Warpstock Europe,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
because Warpstock Europe is typically in May, so that gives us October, November for us.
So what's the problem with October?
The only problem with October, what used to be a bigger problem in October, was John would object to us conflicting with Canadian Thanksgiving.
Also Jewish holidays.
And of course, we have high holy days
Some-
that are,
yeah.
you know, that
You'll be
sometimes
atoning for that selection forever.
there is that.
Yeah.
So, but like the middle of the country and the sort of lower half of the country, I think are a good,
The middle, lower
because
half
of
of,
the ease of getting there, like you don't maximum, well, you have to take 2 flights, but like this location was pretty good in that department.
yeah, I think that getting here, I mean, aside from, you know, the concerns about flight cancellations and whatnot, which who could have foreseen when we
Hopefully
booked
by next year, that'll be cleared up.
Oh, we're hoping.
Yeah.
Alex
Well, there'll be no
suggests
flights.
Vancouver.
When there's a new contract.
Alex suggests Vancouver.
Yeah.
Yeah, told you. I told you, yeah.
And then, someone, suggests Tahoe, which I don't know what kind of.
Tahoe off-season,
It's
November?
It's
Yeah.
cold.
No, actually, November's getting into season.
And it's a
But
hassle.
you know, if it was October, it would be pretty cheap.
What Greg said.
It would
Is
be
there
pretty
is there
cheap.
any good Frank Lloyd Wright architecture around Tahoe?
None.
I don't think so.
And,
Well, see, then
the
David and I are
airport-
out then.
the airport is
Actually, we
like a
need to
grass
do a,
runway.
there's a website with all the places. to
Yes,
go.
there
We
is.
need to use that as the first.
That should be our guide,
Yeah.
right?
What was that?
Wisconsin, so that means Wisconsin.
David and I usually visit the local Frank Lloyd Wright architecture wherever Warpstock
That's
is.
the.
So
Yeah.
that's going to be our first guiding
A
principle.
little
for-
advertised decision factor.
Yeah,
Come to Wisconsin, we got a lot.
that's true. You got a lot
We've
in
got a lot in
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You're gambling with the weather this time of year, but it's.
Not gambling.
Yeah, it's going to be cold, but it's either gonna be no snow or 8 feet, so.
Yeah.
that's-
Okay, well, at least there is that, we got a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, no, that's, and honestly, November, we don't see the hardest snowfall until like January, February. So, I mean, if you came in November, it would not be terrible. And there are some really accessible from the airport hotels in Milwaukee, Madison, Green Bay, Appleton. So there's, yeah, actually quite a bit that you could get in there too at fairly reasonable rates. If you're even thinking that way, get in touch with me and I'll make a couple of suggestions for places I've been to conventions before.
Okay.
Handled them really well, and maybe we can help you all find something.
Okay.
That's worthwhile, you know, local help.
I mean, it's not in the lower portion of the country, but it is certainly in the middle.
And
of
it's
the
got
country.
good transportation, so like either Milwaukee or Madison. Madison's airport is great getting in and out of.
Okay.
And they have good transportation, airport shuttles and things to get to and from, so
Mhm.
it's
And
easily
it's-
navigable.
It's increasingly drifting in the radical left direction.
That is true, that is true.
Another fact.
Now Milwaukee's not as much so Milwaukee and
Plus or
Green Bay,
minus.
yeah,
Okay,
Milwaukee and Green Bay aren't so lived.
okay.
But those places, San Antonio, I like that suggestion.
You like San Antonio?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a nice place, a really interesting town.
They did a river walk in Frederick, Maryland that they modeled after the San Antonio
Yeah, that's
River
a
Walk.
nice
And
area.
it's beautiful, it's beautiful.
And there's
Joe, have
these-
you been there?
When did they do that? There's a.
The river walk in Frederick?
Frederick, yeah, I've been up Frederick.
Probably 20 years ago?
I think that's where I think it is, yes, it's pretty.
Yeah.
And they rehabilitate or change it out.
Yeah. It's really
Nice.
gorgeous. I mean, you know, you walk there right along the river in this winding path, and there are storefronts and restaurants that are right out there, so you can dine al fresco, like 5 feet from the water, literally.
What about El Paso? That's another nice place.
El Paso.
Reasonably sized city.
I think you're the first person I've ever heard say El Paso is a nice place.
The climate, it's higher, it's one of those places that's not at sea level.
I have relatives in Big D, so
What's that?
I have relatives in Big D,
In Big D, what's that?
Dallas.
Oh, Dallas. Now, see that, I think
Big
that's.
D, little A, double L-A-S.
Fort Worth, I think, is a really nice place, but you thought that might be too expensive.
Fort Worth might be
Yeah,
expensive.
the wonderful museums there, fantastic museums.
There are some fantastic museums.
There's a Louis Kahn building.
All right, well, obviously we have some research to do. And as I've said in the past, it is so refreshing to have a discussion like this, rather than, is there going to be a Warpstock next year?
That big fat guy, what's his name? Big warp fat guy, whatever he is. Oh, I hear won't be another one, and there hasn't been one for 3 years.
Why don't you have it in Boston? Yeah.
Provincetown.
But, yeah, we will have an event next year. We just have to figure out where it's going to be. We will try to make that decision as soon as possible so that everyone can make
I mean, I think
plans.
this year it was a little better, a little more well attended, because last year it was kind of in the upper right-hand part of the country. The weather wasn't so great. So this is a good example.
Yeah, I mean, the hotel was nice last year. It was,
But it was not right at the airport. It was quite a ways away.
yeah, it was a hike for the, of course, I drove, so I didn't have to deal with that myself. The hotel was nice, they took good care of us, but we paid for it.
Yeah.
We
This place
really
actually
paid
was
for it.
cheap, right? Ended up
This
being
place was much more affordable,
Plus
and
you
I think
adjusted
that
all
the
the bills.
accommodations and the room and the attention we've gotten have been on par with what we got in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
So,
this was good.
Except for the
Yeah.
coffee, right?
Yeah.
yeah, except, well, I take full responsibility for that. It's entirely my fault. That and not ordering the vegan meals the way I should have.
If
Jeff?
you can look at September or October, and you would ever consider doing something in the Northeast, I once tried to set up in Boston. There was a new hotel opening and a good rate, but we didn't go that way.
I think the real problem with the place in Boston, Jeff, was the travel from the airport there that required
Yeah, that was.
the train or a long taxi
It was in
ride.
Concord, it was, it's a pre-revolutionary inn. They're gonna give us a great rate, $127 a night.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you're thinking of the Northeast, New Hampshire is very nice, and it's not hard to get to. There's an important airport in Manchester, or Worcester.
Very blue state. Very blue state.
Yes.
Yeah, it's IBM blue.
Well, New Hampshire is not a
That's our
blue
blue
state.
line.
New Hampshire is
not a
a red
blue
state.
state.
That's where the red Massachusetts people go to survive.
Oh, is that where
That's
they're?
the
Where
So
they're
that place where I live, they do not.
well,
have
that's true.
those survivors.
Sununu was governor, and he's
Yeah.
running
It's
for
it's
senator.
on the right, you know,
Yeah.
Vermont's on the right.
I get it. I get it.
All the conservative Vermonters red.
We could look. We could also consider going to Scarsdale, New York.
Oh.
IBM is there.
That, yeah.
Or Darien.
Or
Well,
Or Greenwich.
go to Rochester.
I'm not
Minnesota.
welcome in Connecticut.
Going where in New York?
Yeah.
They just,
Scarsdale.
for whatever reason. switch
Okay.
them
IBM's in Scarsdale
That's a
Or
convenient
Armand.
commute for me.
or Armonk
Yeah, but you could come to Rochester, Minnesota,
or Rochester,
home
Minnesota.
of the AS400.
All right, well, we clearly have options to consider. And as I say, I much prefer having a discussion like this than, will there be a Warpstock next year? I mean, I remember in Hershey, we had 90 some odd attendees in Hershey, something like that. And the last day, everyone says, is there going to be a Warpstock next year? And Stan said, yes, we're going to have a barbecue at my house. So there will be a Warpstock next year. We just have to figure out where. And the sooner, the better. So,
So we'll pick 2 or 3 of those places and do a little hotel.
yeah.
I like
yeah.
that Kansas City idea, because he said there's a shuttle from the airport.
Yeah, the Sheraton was very.
And there are probably some really good jazz clubs because Kansas City jazz is unique.
And barbecue.
And barbecue.
And barbecue.
Kansas City barbecue.
Yeah,
Yep.
and barbecue.
Yeah, and the other thing about that one is, like, I only know about that hotel in particular, but, like, there's 16 restaurants around the block. So you're not stuck with whatever's in the hotel.
Wow.
And that's.
16 restaurants around the block, so they're
Yeah,
literally
there's- you go
within
around the
walking
hotel,
distance.
There's, within walking distance, there's a bunch of.
That's
restaurants.
nice, yeah.
That was the, really, we like this place.
I caught my death of cold in Calgary walking to the restaurant and back. Because I went to Calgary in November, dressed like this, with no jacket.
No, it was September.
It was September, it was September.
And some poor Canadian didn't take pity on you and give you a coat.
It was freezing. We got there, the snow flurries had begun when we got there. I mean, literally, I was in the cab from the airport and the snow was falling on the cab. And I thought, I didn't even bring a jacket.
Well, so my rule of thumb is if it's any place that has had or could potentially have the Winter Olympics, yeah, just avoid it after September.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the November one is because it was too close to the one in Europe. And there's holidays that interfere in September and October, those
Yeah.
are factors in making it later, so
Yeah.
I think that was
yeah.
a good idea.
So that's it. What do we have next on our agenda today? Did you have a comment online?
Alex said snow is falling there right now.
See,
Yeah.
in America's hat?
Hmm?
Snow's falling in America's hat?
You mean in the 51st state?
The 51st blue state?
And somebody did ask online, I held off because it's not part of the regular discussion, asked about the DTA audio for DOS and Windows, which I think,
Yeah, DC audio development is sort of held up right now, pending access to our main Russian developer for that. So as soon as sanctions are lifted, we'll be able to get back on track with getting that work done. But right now, we're sort of in a holding pattern.
We're in a drone over.
Anything else? What's next on the?
I think it's
I think it's mine.
Yeah,
What is it?
Refine.
Yeah, refine.
Refine, yeah.